The month of May brings with it a more relaxed, easier, and gentler energy than what we have experienced last month in April. Because this month we are meant to integrate all the changes, all the transformation, all the growth, all the upgrades that we have received last month, and especially because of the eclipse season and also Mercury retrograde. So May is really the month where you're meant to integrate all of those changes and the growth, and also then to realign yourself to that new you that you have grown into because of all that has happened. Like last month, it was quite intense. And actually this entire year, ever since we moved into the age of Aquarius, has been quite intense. It felt like it was always moving up a notch in intensity. But now it really feels like that May is like the calmness really sets in. Because we're really meant to integrate all the changes that we have experienced, all the growth. And that's why May, you will notice that the energy won't be as tense and as squeezing as you may have experienced last month. Now, especially if you are an empath and a highly sensitive soul, this is going to be a welcoming change of what you have experienced up until this point. And in this video, I want to share with you the key dates that you should be aware of, the key cosmic dates, as well as the key things that you should know about this month so you can work the energy in your favor. So let's start out with the key cosmic dates. Now, thankfully, it's only 2 this month. It's the new moon and the full moon. So we don't have that many cosmic dates this month. So it's really because we're really meant to really take things a little slower, really integrate. So we have the new moon on May the 8th, which brings with it a cosmic ripple of new beginnings. So there's new beginnings that are now unfolding with the new moon on May the 8th. Then on May the 23rd is the full moon. And with that full moon comes the energy period of that there's a big, massive chapter that is now closing. As I tune into the energies, I really felt like that these first 4 months of the year were really the most intense month. And then now it's really, we're letting go of a lot of old stuff. So we're really closing a big chapter, which is then coming with the full moon on the 23rd. But I have videos coming out, forecast videos coming out for both of these dates, as well as light language activations for each of these cosmic dates as well to help you with the energies. So if you haven't done so already, definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I release those videos or even other videos. And if you're already a subscribed member of my community, thank you. I'm so grateful that you're here, that you're joining me for these videos. But now let me talk to you a little bit more about the key things that you should know about May so you can really work the energy in your favor. The first thing I want you to know is that the energies are truly easing up this month. Now, up until this point, you may have felt quite squeezed, like maybe you were like in a pressure cooker kind of energy and experience, and you may have felt quite stretched and overwhelmed up until this point. But now in May, the energy is definitely lessening. It's becoming easier. It's becoming more relaxed, gentler. So like I said, if you're highly sensitive to the energy, then this is definitely a welcoming change because you're not going to feel like you're in a pressure cooker. I know for myself, last month in April, I felt so squeezed, so intense energies. I literally felt like a pressure cooker that was about to blow, right? So the energies in May are definitely going to lessen, so it won't be so intense because we need time now to integrate. So if the energies were still quite intense, then we don't really have time to integrate because we have to deal with all that pressure, right? So you will notice that throughout May, energies are truly easing up. You feel more relaxed. You will feel more at ease. And this will really give you that opening, that energetic opening to integrate all that you have received, all the upgrades, all the changes, all the transformation, all the growth, all of that. You will be able to integrate that throughout the month of May. Because in order for you to really make the most of all that has happened, you need to integrate. You can't just constantly go without taking time to integrate. After each period of massive growth, and that's what we just experienced, there needs to be time to integrate. It's like ebb and flow, right? So right now, May is really more like the ebb where you're kind of like tuning in, you're letting everything settle. And like I said, energy is supporting that. So just know that throughout the month of May, energies will be a lot easier, more relaxed, and more gentle on you. So it's definitely going to be easier for you if you're highly sensitive. Then the second thing I want you to know is that the shifts and the growth now actually becomes apparent. So you will notice, like within yourself, you will realize, oh my God, I've changed, I've grown. I mean, I'm no longer who I was maybe like a month ago, right? So you will notice, like, because you may be showing up differently, you're feeling differently, you're just showing up in a higher way. Then also in your life, things are starting to fall into place as well. You will notice those shifts in all areas of your life as well. From your health, your relationships, to success and finances and romance and just every area, you will notice the shifts. You will see them. They're really becoming apparent right now. So it's like all the hard work, all the things, like whenever you felt like, I mean, why is nothing changing? Why am I not moving forward? I feel so stuck. All that now is dissolving throughout the month of May. So you will start seeing those shifts happening in your life, internally and also externally, and also energetically as well, because you're also vibrating at a higher level as well. Because for one, we shifted in a higher frequency anyways. And then with Eclipse last month, we actually shifted into a higher timeline and you received those energetic upgrades. So energetically, you will also notice these shifts as well. You may not feel so tense all the time, or you're just feeling differently also on an energetic level. And of course, spiritually, you're also noticing that you have grown quite intensely as well, because you have up-leveled on a level of consciousness as well with all these crazy changes and growth that happen. So you will become aware of that throughout the month of May as well. So it's really becoming apparent how much you have grown and transformed and also changed. Then the third thing I would like for you to know is that you may actually also have physical sensations as well. And what I mean with that is you may have some dizzy spells, lightheadedness. You may actually feel a little unsteady on your legs, a little wobbly. You may actually get some flu-like symptoms as well. And these are all ascension symptoms because you have ascended, you have transformed. But with everything that has happened, also energetically, you need to adjust and attune to that new frequency as well. So you may have physical discomfort as well. Maybe you even have some body aches as well. And here, what you can do about this is you want to, for one, you want to take time out to really integrate. If you don't integrate, if you don't take that time out, if you just constantly just go, try to push, and don't take time out for yourself, like self-care here is also very important. You're going to continue having those physical symptoms, those physical sensations, because you're not giving yourself time to integrate. Now here, any kind of movement would be good, whether it's like an exercise program, going to the gym, going for a walk, stretching, yoga, anything like that. Also hydration is also very important. Drinking a lot of water, really staying hydrated. Anything that you can do to really help your physical body, because the thing is, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, you have already changed. Also energetically, you have grown. But it's the physical body, it's like the last thing that's trying to catch up. It's like, hold on, let me catch up here, right? So you want to give yourself time to really integrate. Until you really integrate, until you give yourself that time, you will have those physical sensations. So like I said, anything that you can do where you can move your body, because as you're moving your body, you're actually then also releasing any stuck, any tense energy, and that also will help you speed up the integration process as well. But for the most part, the month of May is really all about that integration. So you may notice throughout the month of May that you have those physical sensations. Whatever you do, what you can do also is whenever you're feeling in that moment, breathe through it and just breathe in light and love, and just breathe through any discomfort. Really allow yourself to just expand. Now here, your nervous system may also be activated because of all the changes that you've experienced, all that growth. Your energetic nervous system may also be activated. For this, I actually have a light language activation I want to share with you. It's in the description below. It's actually two. It's a nervous system activation and then also the ascension system activation. So basically, the nervous system activation is basically to calm down your energetic nervous system, to also help you expand your nervous system so it's comfortable in who you have grown into, right? Because whenever you're changing, whenever you're growing, your nervous system kind of needs to expand with it, or otherwise it feels very activated, very constricted and whatnot. That's when you usually feel not okay on an energetic level. Now, the ascension activation is actually to help calm down your ascension nervous system. So I put both of those links in the description below so you can check that out. So that can then help you with the physical sensations as well. But just know that this could also be coming up throughout the month of May. But that's really just a sign that you just need some more time to integrate. Maybe make self-care a little bit more of a priority. Then the fourth thing I would like for you to know is that throughout the month of May, you want to go at a slower, more deliberate and aligned pace. So here, don't make any big jumps or big leaps or try to move very fast or try to make things happen, whatnot. Throughout the month of May, it's really more that slowed down approach. So here, yes, you can definitely take action. You want to take action to move forward, but you want to do it in a more aligned way. So here, before you make any big movements, you want to tune in to see, okay, does this feel right? Does this feel in alignment? Is this something that I feel called to do right in this moment? Or is it something that, yes, I'm meant to be doing, but maybe not right in this moment? Because remember, you're still in this whole integration period. You're still integrating. You're still aligning. Because if you were to go at a very fast pace, then you're missing the point. So a lot of things are still aligning throughout this month. So go at a slower, more deliberate and aligned pace. Really taking those soul aligned steps. Really connect more with your soul. Let your soul guide you in what steps to take, what things to do, what things to call forth. If it's a right now or if it's a later. And the more you can tune in and connect with your soul, the easier this will be. And the more quicker will you be able to really integrate all the changes that you have experienced and really align yourself to that new you. You can also then find out, well, what is that next step? But really taking those soul inspired steps. So just know that take a little slower this month. You know, I know we're now out of Mercury retrograde and you probably want to just kind of jump ahead and move forward, but just give yourself the time, really tune in to see how fast do I feel called to go, to move, to the actions that I need to take, and then just go by that. Then the fifth and final thing I want you to know is that your life is upgrading on all levels. And it's really aligning to be that energetic match, that match to who you have grown into, all the growth and transformation that you've experienced. So far you've done a lot of internal stuff, and now outside of you, your outer world is now also upgrading. So your life is upgrading. Now this could mean that certain things may fall away, certain people may leave your life, all that old stuff may fall away. It's basically making room for something new. And whatever comes up, whatever feels called to be let go of, don't hold on to it. Let it go. Yes, it may be uncomfortable. Yes, maybe you don't want to part yourself from that. But just know, if it's asking to be released, don't try to cling to it, because it is meant to be released. It's meant to be let go of. And if you're clinging to it, you're holding on to the old. And so here, just let it go, even if it might be a little uncomfortable, because it makes room for something new. Okay? And then also you will notice that things are then also uplifting. They're expanding. It's also upgrading. So you may notice, like, for example, the things that you have been doing. Let's say you are in a career or in a business or anything like that. You may then feel called to evolve what you have been doing, expand what you have been doing. You will notice those shifts as well. You will maybe then receive those insights into, well, what is that more evolved thing? And here, kind of going back to what I mentioned in the fourth part here about not taking big leaps or whatnot, here you want to really also go in a deliberate kind of pace. Yes, you can get the guidance, you can receive the insights or whatnot, but then also go about that in a more deliberate, more aligned way to see, okay, is this more expanded way? Is this something that I need to do right in this moment, or do I need to still energetically align myself to it? Do I maybe need to put things in place before I can jump into that? Things like that. But your life will upgrade on all levels, in all areas of your life as well. So just be open to that. Become aware of the things that are shifting, and also the things that want to be let go of, the things that want to be upgraded, the things that want to expand. Really be open to receiving that guidance, the insights throughout the month of May. And really be open to a new, higher way of being, of showing up, of the things that you're doing, a higher way of living your life, because it is unfolding now. Okay, so here are the 5 key things about May, and also the key dates. I really hope you've gotten value out of this video so far. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. Maybe share it with someone that you think could benefit from hearing this. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can find out, for one, when the full moon and new moon videos are coming out, and also the activations, but then also, of course, any other videos that I release. But now, the way you can make the most out of May is, for one, go at a slower, more deliberate and aligned way this month. Only take the action that you really feel called or feel inspired to take. Pay attention to whatever's coming up, any old feelings, anything that wants to be released, and then really allow yourself to let go, but then also be open to the new things to unfold, the new ways, the new ideas, the new downloads, the upgrades to really come in, so you then can get the insights into, well, what are you then meant to do moving forward? But also the big key here is take time out each and every day to integrate, to align yourself to the new you that you have grown into. So whenever you're noticing that you're feeling kind of squeezed or kind of pressured or whatnot, definitely check out those videos that I mentioned about the nervous system activation and the essential nervous system activation to help you with that. But then also you can just tune into that, feel it for a moment. Maybe even become aware of, like, what are you feeling? Because that may be your ego, that may be your shadow self that is making itself known. So you don't want to resist it or reject it, but tune into it, kind of connect with it. Okay, what am I feeling here? What is it? What is at the core of this? What is the message, the lesson, and the gift here? You want to feel it not from the victim kind of point of view, like, oh, I'm feeling this and it feels so horrible. But like, no, okay, I'm going to give myself a moment to just feel it, really connecting with it in order to really allow it to be heard and then allow it to release, right? So when you're then connecting to that and you're feeling it for a moment, you may open yourself up to receiving the guidance of what is related cord. Then you can say, okay, thank you for bringing this to my awareness that this is how you feel. And I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you've done for me. But now we can let this go. And then you just dissolve it into the nothingness where it comes from. That is what you can do if you're experiencing any discomfort throughout this month, right? But just know that you need to give yourself the time to integrate. Okay, so here is the forecast for May. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Now be sure to check out these two videos here. These are the activations that I mentioned to you, so you can get some help on that. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make an amazingly abundant and joyful day. Namaste.